At the Galactic Coalition's premier military academy, Organic Station, first-year cadets were many things. Loud, arrogant, overly curious. But Cadet Aria Wren was none of those. She was silent. Not shy silent. She never answered in class, never spoke during drills, and never questioned her instructors. While others complained about the gravity shifts or the meals, Aria simply observed. Her pale gray eyes soaked in everything, calculating, cataloging. Many cadets mocked her behind her back. She thinks she's better than us. Bet she's never even seen real combat. She probably bribed her way in from some backwater Earth colony. The truth was far stranger. No one knew how she scored perfect marks in hand-to-hand simulations or why she always completed advanced tactical puzzles in under 3 minutes. She never explained herself, never gave reason. Just nodded politely and moved on. That was until Instructor Kale played her combat footage. It was week 12, and the topic was Advanced Unit Tactics Under Fire. The auditorium was dark, filled with over 100 cadets, all species, all ages, watching grainy footage projected onto the central dome. Kale's gravelly voice echoed through the room. This next clip is from a classified rescue op 6 months ago, Omega Sector. A rookie led a defense against the Zarnan swarm while protecting 12 wounded Marines. Murmurs went around the room. The Zarnan were not just dangerous, they were unstoppable in tight quarters. Fast, ruthless. Hive-minded. Kale played the clip. A small ragtag unit took cover in a half-collapsed structure. Screams echoed. From the shadows came the shimmer of bone-white claws Zarnan scouts. The camera jerked as the Marine wearing it turned toward the center of the group. A single figure stepped forward, armor scorched and cracked. Plasma blade flickering red. It was Aria Wren. Gasps rang through the room. She didn't speak in the footage either. She simply charged, with movements bordering on impossible. She intercepted the Zarnan scouts mid-leap, slicing them with fluid precision. She moved like water, her every step calculated, never wasted. She used the environment walls, debris, even corpses, to outmaneuver and strike. More Zarnan came. She didn't retreat. She danced. The room was dead silent. No one breathed. Cadets who had mocked her now sat wide-eyed, jaws slack. She held them off for 14 minutes. When her blade shattered, she picked up a fallen Marine's rifle. When that overheated, she used her helmet. Her final move was jamming an energy cell into a Zarnan's chest and kicking it back into the swarm, detonating it. The footage ended with her kneeling beside the wounded, bloody but alive. Reinforcements arrived 60 seconds later. The lights returned. Kale looked over the class. That cadet was in her first real mission. She held the line alone, no orders. No backup, no fear. He turned toward Aria Wren, who sat at the very back of the hall, arms folded, silent as ever. Cadets turned to look, some in awe, some ashamed. Kale paused. Cadet Wren, would you like to explain your decision-making during the engagement? For the first time, she stood. Her voice was soft, even, deliberate. I didn't decide to fight. I calculated how many would die if I didn't. Silence. She scanned the room slowly. Her gaze didn't challenge, it measured. I don't like violence, but I won't let others die while I'm still breathing. Then she sat. No one laughed. No one whispered. That day, something changed. Cadet Aria Wren never needed to speak again. Her silence no longer felt strange, it felt earned. It carried weight. The Academy would later archive the footage under Standard Human Close Quarters Response Protocol, Wren Variant. Elite squads studied her footwork. Instructors redesigned melee drills because of her. But back then, in that quiet hall, as her fellow cadets looked at her with a mix of fear and reverence, one truth became clear. Humans weren't feared because they were loud. They were feared because sometimes the quietest among them could become the deadliest.